Hi, it's Tracy McFarlane of Intuitive Life, just bringing you a message before we get to our cacao event. Giving you some information just so that we're not spending time doing this on Saturday because cacao is a little unfamiliar to people. So I just wanted to get you some of that information before you arrived. So I do source the best possible cacao that I can. This is high quality ceremonial grade cacao. It most probably the cacao we'll be using will be from Guatemala. There's always the potential of Mexico or Costa Rica, but usually it's Guatemala because that's where the genetics of the cacao plant have remained most pure throughout the history of the cacao plant and the production of chocolate and the Central and South American regions being colonized and stuff like that through history. So there was the chocolate trade and all the plants got diluted, but Guatemala tends to be some of the purest forms of the plant. And the cacao is also ethically sourced. So I purchased from someone who I trust, who has spent his I don't know how long researching cacao and going to these places, meeting the families, meeting the farms. And he's a wholesaler of cacao and he brings it into the States, and I trust him completely. So there's not a lot of middlemen. The cacao goes from the farm to my source and then to me. It is minimally processed, so there's no processing. The fat is not taken out of the cacao. It is dried and then roasted. So the pods are picked from the tree, opened up, it's dried, and then it's usually roasted, like smoke roasted or something. And the reason they roast it is it seems to bring out the benefits of the cacao. It creates a more beneficial effect. So that's about the cacao. And those farmers, it usually comes from small family farms who tend to bless the cacao actually when they're producing it. And they're getting, I can't remember if I mentioned this, but they're getting paid really fair wages. So that's about the plant. Now, I just wanted to mention the two contraindications that I have on my website in case you missed that during booking. It is not recommended to drink cacao with MOAI type antidepressants, which apparently are extremely rare nowadays anyways. They're monoamine oxidase inhibitor antidepressants. And so with that type of antidepressant, it could trigger a migraine. And so I just want to, if you happen to miss that and you think, oh, I shouldn't do this, then reach out to me. It's no problem. So cacao, it is said cacao can react with other types of antidepressants, but the gentleman that I work in conjunction with says for years he's been running events and he's never seen one single case of an issue of anything happening. And finally, the other one would be if you had any serious heart conditions that you were concerned about, cacao might raise your heart rate just a little bit. But again, generally most people are fine as well with that. So it's just something to keep in mind so that you're informed before you come. And finally, cacao is a gentle heart opener. It's an uplifter. It tends to have some of the same chemical constituents as like some, like serotonin and theobromine, and it's something called the bliss molecule that makes you feel happy. But it's so gentle. It's more gentle than a cup of coffee, and it's like a gentle heart opening. And there's a saying that I've heard, and I don't know where this has come from or if it is considered to be spiritually true, but it is said that cacao will present itself to humanity or resurface, not present itself, but resurface, because historically it was always taken by the Mayans and the Aztecs. But it would resurface so that it was more accessible across the planet during times that the planet needed it the most, which I have been in this space for so long of, we all need to uplift our vibration here. We all have an obligation to help get the vibration of the planet raised, because we are going through some turbulent times. And if those turbulent times are not, if we can't find another way, things don't look so great in the future. But I believe in all my heart, there's a lot of light workers in this world working to raise the vibration and raise consciousness of people on the planet. And I believe that cacao is part of that journey, which is why I'm bringing this to people's awareness. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that information. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else about cacao I wanted to tell you. And again, I just want to save a bit of time on the day so we can really just immerse ourselves and get into it. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the session. Thanks. Bye.